we will understand what is the basic difference between average speed and instantaneous speed. Similarly, average velocity and instantaneous velocity. Generally, speed and velocity, I hope everyone knows that. Speed is nothing but the distance with respect to time. Okay, distance per time will give me speed. Velocity, displacement by time. So obviously, speed is what is that? Speed is a scalar quantity, and velocity is a vector quantity. So I'm not going to talk about that much. But if it comes to average speed and instantaneous speed, similarly average velocity and instantaneous velocity, there are few things to be discussed. So let us see that. Okay. So first, what is average speed? Simply, let us take some example first. Later I will give you the definition. Consider I am traveling from Chennai to Bangalore. Okay, I am traveling from Chennai to Bangalore, and the total distance of total distance, let it be 500 kilometers. Let us imagine I'm traveling in a bus. Okay, so approximately it is taking not even 500. Let it be less also. I'm just giving some approximately. Okay, so approximately it is taking 6 hours for reaching Bangalore. Okay, and what will be the speed? If I ask a person what is the speed, he will say in an average 500 kilometer by 6, that is 500 by 6, which is 3 point something. Okay, so 250 by 3, let it be 83 kilometer example. Okay, so here we covered 500 kilometers in 6 hours. Okay, so let it be 83 kilometer per hour is the average speed. Why I am using the word average? Because suppose I'm doing the journey in the night. Okay, so in the complete night, the driver is not going to drive at the same speed, right? It's not going to drive at the same speed of 80, something around 80. Okay, let it be. Sometimes he will drive at some 40, 50, 60. Sometimes he might go behind 80 also. Sometimes 60, 70, something like that. So the speed will vary. As you could see here, speed is not going to be throughout the time period. Okay, throughout the time period 6 hours. Okay, throughout 6 hours, that the speed is not going to be a constant. It's going to vary. Okay, these numbers are just in general number. There is no possibility for 80 kilometers and all. We can keep some 60 or something like that, and there will be variation. Something he can go to 50, 40 also. Sometimes he will drive at some 70, 80 also. But in an average 60 kilometer, how it is? Total distance he covered 500 kilometer in 6 hours. So obviously 500 by 6 will be my average speed. Okay, that is not the exact speed at each and every time. Okay, so average speed will be total distance by total time taken. So for covering 500 kilometers, it has taken 6 hours. But suppose, let us consider that I am starting my journey at some 11 o'clock or something. At 11 o'clock, maybe inside the city limit, that is inside the city limit, there will be some traffic. So he will be driving at some 40 or 50. Once he reaches highway at 12 o'clock, he will start to drive at 85, 90. Okay, I'm just giving you an example, or 70 or something like that. Okay, so obviously the time, based on the time, the speed will also continuously vary. Okay, so at 11 o'clock he will be driving at 40 kilometers per hour. At 12 o'clock he will be driving it at some 70 kilometers per hour. Maybe at 1 o'clock he will be driving at some 80 kilometers per hour. It is not constant, as you could see here. It's increasing, it's decreasing, increasing, decreasing, increasing. So it is not a constant. In an average, okay, in an average I'm calculating. In an average I'm calculating. That is average speed. That is simply total time taken by, total distance by total time taken. Similar to this, we can take another example. Let us consider a cricket match between India and Pakistan. Suppose, let us consider India has taken some in 50 overs. Okay, recently 20 overs was very famous, right? So in a 20 over cricket, let us consider India has scored some 200 runs. Okay, so what is going to be our run rate? Our run rate will be 200 by 20, that is 10 runs per over. Okay, this will be our run rate, right? But is it true that from the first over until the last over, first over, second over, third over, so from the first over until the last over, will the batsman be hitting only 10 runs per over, or what they will do? Generally in the first over maybe some 2 runs or 3 runs, then 5 runs, 10 runs, then it will increase to 12, and some over may reach 20 runs also, some over will be 1 run, some maiden over can also happen. So first over will be more runs, second over will be less runs, third over will be more runs. So there will be variation in runs which I am getting per over. But in a total period of 20 overs, he scored, that is the team India has scored 200 runs. So obviously overall, if I take overall average, it's 10 run per over. So this is also something which we can relate with average speed. So this is average value, okay, average run rate. But in first over he could have got some 10 runs. In second over he could have got some only 3 runs. Then suddenly 20 runs. Okay, this variation will happen, right? This variation will happen. So if I'm not considering that variation, if I consider the overall run divided by over, it will give me average run rate, okay, which is something similar to average speed, total distance by total time. I hope it is clear, right? Now coming to instantaneous speed, this is something which is very interesting. The word itself gives us the meaning, instant. At some particular instant, at some particular time, for example, at some particular time t, okay, at some particular time t, what is the speed? At some particular over, what is our run rate? Maybe at 15th over, what is the run rate? At 13th over, what is the run rate? That is instantaneous speed. Instead of considering the total divided by total time, we are considering at some instant, okay, what is the speed? Maybe here at 12 o'clock, what is the speed? 70 km per hour. So that 70 km per hour is the instantaneous speed at 12 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, what is the speed? 80. So that 80 km per hour is the instantaneous speed at 1 o'clock. Okay. So that is what, from the name itself, you can say instant, at that instant. Okay. How to write it? What is that? How to write it mathematically? Let us consider that. Let us consider 2 points. Okay, something like this. Let this distance be delta s. Okay, or else I will just say during a time period of delta t, the bus or something, whatever it is covering a distance delta s. Okay, it is covering a distance delta s. So generally, if I divide delta s by delta t, it's going to give me average speed. That is very obvious, because delta s is the total distance covered during total time delta t. Okay, so delta s by delta t will give me average speed. But I don't want average speed, I want instantaneous speed. Okay, let me repeat it. During a time of delta t, any bus or something, it is covering a distance delta s. So delta s by delta t will give me average speed. But I don't want average speed, I want instantaneous speed, that is at some particular instant. What I will do, this delta t, you could see here, if I consider this is delta t, that delta t has to reduce, has to become very small, it has to reach this particular point, right? So delta t has to be very small, that delta t has to approach to 0. That is what? Infinitesimally small. That is some common word which in most of the book we used to follow. Infinitesimally small or very small will be fine. Infinitesimally means nothing but very small. Okay. So delta t, that is the time. When time approaches to very small value, obviously the distance will also be very small value. Okay, because you could see that if suppose this is delta t, if I keep on decreasing the delta t, what will happen? If I keep on decreasing the delta t, it will reach this point. So if delta t reaches very small value, I will get speed at that particular instant. I hope it is clear, right? So I am keep on decreasing the delta t, and if it reaches the delta t, if delta t reaches very small value, if delta t tending to 0, at that particular point corresponding to that, the speed which I am going to get will be instantaneous speed. And from mathematics, okay, again this is something which we already studied in maths. Limit some variable, that is the independent variable tending to 0, what will happen to this delta s by delta t? This will become ds by dt. Okay, so this is our instantaneous speed. Okay, instantaneous speed. I hope it is clear. Right, so at any instant, so what you need to do was, they will be giving you speed as a function of time in the question. They will be giving you speed as a function of time. Just to differentiate that speed. Okay, for example, they given speed at a function of time. Now they are asking what is the speed at t is equal to 3 seconds. Okay, what is the instantaneous speed? What is the instantaneous speed at t is equal to 3 seconds? What you will do, just to differentiate this s with respect to time and substitute t is equal to 3 seconds. This will give instantaneous speed at t is equal to 3 seconds. Okay. Simply differentiate the speed formula with respect to time and substitute the value t is equal to 3. Okay. So at t is equal to 3, that is at that instance, my speed, okay, that is what it is going to give us.